So I'm back here after my meltdown. I was thinking a lot that probably some of the anger had to do with the fact that every time there's a terror attack, it, it's hard to ignore it. It's hard to say, "Oh, it never happened." And on the other hand, I don't think people here are like closer together because of violence. I don't think violence brings people together. Violence is just violence. And it actually does the opposite. I really fear that after this attack, this will affect people that are not extreme, people that are moderate, people who don't want to, who just want to go to work and live and just have a good life. They're not going to have that possibility because that's what terrorists are trying to do. They don't want Arabs and Jews to coexist. So I'm just really, it puts fear in me that people are becoming extremists. And when I hear that, I'm not happy about it. I mean, if a person bursts into a workplace where he used to work, ties down the secretary, shoots her in the head, basically executes her, then takes the accountant and does the same, what is he trying to do? He's trying to ruin the workplace by ruining the people who work there, by killing the people who work there and shooting people around. I mean, the U.S. people do that all the time, but I don't know why they do it there. People have different reasons. There, in the Middle East, he has a lot to gain because we know that the leadership of the Palestinians is handing out rewards for people who murder Jewish Israelis, and I think that's really horrible. Or people that cooperate some way with Israel, and they also execute them. So I don't know. I'm just really tired at the moment. I'm just exhausted. Thinking. I just want really to sleep. Actually, I'm tired. I got up really early. I don't know. I'm just struggling at the moment. It's 2 days a week. I have to get up really, really early to come to this work, and I'm just so tired. It's very rewarding, I must say. Teaching English is really rewarding, but it's tough. First of all, it's a responsibility. I feel like I need to do a good job. I'm stressed out because of that. It's not like a job where you sit in a supermarket, and I don't think financially it's rewarding. It's only, I feel like this is the problem I have. It's when my job is very responsible and yet it's not financially rewarding. It gives me contradictions because at one point I know I will have to stop that work and find something that is financially rewarding. Otherwise, I won't be able to pay the bills. So it's very sad. It's really sad that teaching is so low paid. I really feel bad about that because I think I'm pretty good at it. I keep getting good feedback from people whom I teach. They enjoy it. Try to do it in a way that's motivating, dynamic, not boring. I try to have people participate, as many people as possible, that nobody just sits there. And I like the train. First there was a novelty. I don't know. I'm having second thoughts about saying bad things about religion because I've had low points in my life where religion was actually helpful. And God knows that it helps to think of a world beyond. But perhaps I'm more interested in science at the moment, and philosophy or something like that. I really don't want to follow any dogmas or whatever, doctrines or... Anyway, I feel like there's a lot of jealousy in the world. I feel like my pupils really like me. How can you not? I'm interesting, I'm engaging, I'm fair, I'm interested in them, and I have all the qualities of a good teacher, I have to say. It's also my DNA, and come from a family. My mother's side are all teachers, and so it's not bragging, it's just that I'm really good at that profession. But yet, this public school system has failed to recognize it. It's just because of one course I was missing. They said I should repeat it, and then they made it really difficult for me to complete it. I think it comes out of jealousy. I think I'm a person that's quite intelligent, and I'm good with people, and I'm compassionate. And yet people who work in education are often just the opposite. They're very controlling, they're not nice, they are jealous that other people have better. And I'm very lucky I have a colleague at a learning center who's extremely generous, and she just wants to help me. Like, she'll give me any books or anything I need in order to teach, and I feel so empowered. I feel so empowered by her. So it's so sad, but she will never be part of the public.
נושאים נכבדים, העישון אסור על פי חוק בכל מתחמי התחנה והרציפים, למעט במקומות המיועדים לכך.
Anyway, I just wanted to say that there's a lot of jealousy amongst people. And also, I was thinking about Shan'Ann Watts again. She's really in my mind. There was one woman, and she was putting her down and said, I work with special needs. Her daughter, she has problems, and like, the girl has been murdered. She is murdered. Why in the world would you be jealous of a dead person? Why would you say mean things about a dead person? I think it's just really sad how people can't, we say lefargen, people can't give each other a pat on the back and just encourage and empower each other. I think it's sad. And even a dead person, they like to put down. I mean, the woman is a victim of a vicious crime. Can you give her a break? No. You have to go, and I don't know who's putting out those videos, but it's like a trap. People that want to say mean comments, they will say them about these poor children. I mean, I just can't even imagine something like that happening. I feel so fortunate that that hasn't happened to me, that my children, thank God, are alive, and they got to be adults. They got to be adults. These children will never be adults. How can you say those children have learning issues or whatever, or their behavioral problems? You say you're a teacher? This one woman is a horrible, horrible human being who broadcasts from a bathroom. I mean, there are so many odd people on the internet that I feel so normal compared to them. They are just like very vicious and mean, and they have so many viewers, and I wonder why. People just sometimes are drawn to meanness, and they feel that that's a power, and people are just vicious. And what they do is they mix up confident with vicious. Being confident doesn't mean you're vicious. The opposite. When you're confident and you know who you are, you don't put other people down. You don't attack other people. And as for what I said about Israel, it is a difficult country. The weather here is very pleasant for somebody who hates snow and rain, but I like snow and rain. Although it's not healthy for me. I have to say, I don't think it's healthy for anybody to live in a climate that's raining all the time. I just felt today, though, that I don't feel like in my team people like me, and maybe it's because they sense that I'm a really popular teacher, and people like me, and my learners, they like me, and they're jealous of that. I don't know, I'm popular. I've never been popular at school. I was very not popular at school. Maybe it's because I'm very serious, and I take life very seriously, and I was really not liked. I used to hang around with the teachers all the time. And it's funny because when I married, my ex-husband was also like that. He was just jealous. He didn't want me to be successful in anything I did. And I think that's really sad. That there are people you marry somebody, and instead of encourage you, he's jealous. Because I know with my parents, my father encouraged my mother to teach and to be whatever she wanted to be. That's what a good relationship does. You encourage each other. You build yourself up. And in an unhealthy relationship, you get jealous. And I think that's what happened with the Watts. I think that he became jealous and envious. She's amazingly popular there, and she was successful in what she did, I guess, because she got all those trips, and just became jealous because the only thing he had going for at work is an extramarital affair. Well, she was like, people were like, Shan'Ann, 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 and like she had her people. He even said her people didn't get back to her. She didn't get back to her people. She had like a followers and people that really were in touch with her. She was popular within this circle of people. So whatever you say, it's like, I think it's jealousy that killed her, this envy that she was such a outgoing, successful person, and he just felt like a rat. He was just like cheating on his wife, just not being the person, a successful person in society. Probably didn't have friends. In his work, he was about to get fired, or I don't know if before, but he got fired. And the only thing he had going for him is being a creep. And you can see he doesn't even talk. She's talking because she has a lot to say. Sometimes people talk because they're nervous also. But she's outgoing and always full of ideas. And he was following her like a little sheep. Oh, let's go to Mexico. Oh, let's go to this. And everything was from her money, from her success. And probably he felt like, oh, all our vacations are paid for by her work. Her cosmetic firms, whatever you said about what she was doing, she was getting free vacations. That's what she said, paid for. And I wonder why they had financial problems, but I don't think people kill because of financial problems, just like the Holocaust didn't happen because of financial problems. In the Holocaust, all those murders of other people are caused by jealousy and envy. People are just really jealous that other people are more successful than them, and that's what killed Shan'Ann Watts. And as for the children, well, there's no doubt in my mind that that woman whose life is just focused on these children, I just can't even imagine that her hurting a hair on a head of her children. She's coming from such a loving, warm place, and if she's tough with them, she's trying to be tough with them, but she's not like, she's caring. And the reason he looks like a great father is because he spends 5 minutes out of 24 hours in a day reading them a story or bouncing them around. But obviously it wasn't real, because I can't even imagine why would anyone want to kill children. I would think the only thing that maybe he felt frustrated that he wasn't able to evolve, and they're so full of life and love, and he's just couldn't stand it, that he felt bad about himself. A person who feels good about themselves doesn't hurt other people. So I would say the motive was jealousy of her, and just this inability he didn't want the responsibility of being a father, and 2 was even too much for him. He wanted to be free. He didn't want to be an adult. He wanted to be like a guy who plays around like a teenager. That's what a lot of, especially men, sorry to say it, women also do that sometimes, but it's typical of men. They just don't want the responsibility, and then they just destroy their families. That's the cases with other murderers. And so, case solved. On to the next case. For my life here, it's getting a bit cold now. They said it might rain. I think to be happy in Israel, I found a really good work environment, my other job. This work, I'm sad that people won't like me if I'm successful, but I do want to be successful. So if the price will be that I'm not going to be liked by my colleagues, so be it. But I feel already that either that or they just don't want any contact. I feel like nobody's like, how are you? They're all into their own thing. we're very stressed out in our work, teaching adults, and it's just, yeah. Anyway, there's the train. I don't want to show off or anything. Really, I don't. I believe in modesty, but hey, I'm doing really well teaching, and I'm happy about that. And those who are jealous, let them be jealous. Anyway. So I'm a little bit sorry about the meltdown before, but yeah, this is what's up now. So just letting you know.